Have you always wanted to speak Kikuyu, but never known where to start? Whether you have Kikuyu roots and want to reconnect with your heritage, or polish up your Gikuyu, or you are simply passionate about African languages and cultures, this course is the perfect starting point. Learn Kikuyu language is a structured beginner-friendly course designed to take you from complete beginner to confident everyday speaker. We shall now look at the Kikuyu alphabet and pronunciation. Welcome. Kikuyu uses the Latin alphabet, which is the same writing system used in English. However, it is adapted to fit Kikuyu sounds. So it is not exactly the same as in English. The English or Latin alphabet has 26 letters. Kikuyu uses only 20 of these letters, plus two special combination consonants included in this course to make 22. Kikuyu uses only sounds that exist in the Kikuyu language. And as you can see in the list shown, some letters from English are not used in standard Kikuyu, and these include F, L, P, Q, S, V, X, and Z or Z. But you might still see them in borrowed words, especially from English, Swahili, Arabic, or other languages. But they are not part of traditional Kikuyu. In Kikuyu, we don't spell words using letter names like in English. Instead, we say sounds directly. This makes learning pronunciation of the alphabet very important. It also makes Kikuyu easier to speak and to read because what you see is exactly what you say. There are no silent letters. Words are read just as they are written. Pronunciation rules are consistent and predictable. Yes, you can start reading the words immediately. Let's get after it. Welcome to the Gikuyu Alphabet Pronunciation Guide. This table is your pronunciation Bible for the entire course. What you are looking at are all the 20 plus, in our case, plus two letters, the two special combination, consonants of the Gikuyu alphabet, presented in both lowercase and uppercase, alongside a simple English guide to help you pronounce each one correctly from day one. So let us walk through this table together carefully because understanding it deeply will make every word, every phrase, and every conversation in this course feel natural and effortless. So Kikuyu has 20 plus 2 in our case letters in total, fewer than the 26 letters of the English alphabet. As we noted earlier, the letters F, L, P, Q, S, V, X, and Z do not appear in native Kikuyu words. They only show up in borrowed words. Everything else you need to speak Gikuyu fluently is right here in this table. Let's begin with the vowels. The vowels are the ones which are highlighted in the table. And like we said, Gikuyu has 7 vowels. The 5 we are familiar with and 2 special ones. The first vowel is A. And in Gikuyu, we said we don't pronounce the names of the letters. We pronounce the sounds. So it is A. A as in father. The next letter is pronounced A. A as in bed. The third vowel is pronounced E, like in B. E, like in B. This is long, clear E sound. Hold it longer than you would, in English. E, E. The next letter is pronounced A. A as in bait. A as in bait. This is the shorter clipped version of the previous letter, E. And this is one of the two special vowels unique to Kikuyu. And it is critical that you hear and feel the difference between E and A. The tilde above the letter A is a signal for change of pronunciation. And the next vowel is O. O, as in not. O as in not. It is short, rounded. O, not the long, drawn out, O, as in English. It is O, as in not. The next letter is U. U, as in book. A round, full sound, U, as in book. The next vowel is O. O as in old. O as in old. Again, the tilde here signals the difference in pronunciation. And this is the second of Kikuyu's two unique vowels. Again, you need to notice the difference between U and O. So the tilde is the one that signals now that you need to change the pronunciation from U to O. So there you have the vowels. They are A, E, I, E, O, U, O. Again, A, E, I, E, O, U, O. Make sure to master that sing-song, until it's fixed in your memory, because it's very, very important, and it will help you when now we come to syllables and creating words. Next, let's go to the consonants. The first consonant is va. It's pronounced va or mba. Now this is where we encounter something fascinating about native Kikuyu phonology. In pure traditional Kikuyu words, the va sound does not appear alone at the start of a word. It is softened and preceded by, let me pronounce it in English, by an M, making it mba, mba. The plain sound va sound appears in borrowed words only, such as vava, vava, that is father, borrowed from Swahili or Arabic. And it's also, you notice it's also asterisked. And if you look at the bottom of the table, you will see the explanation. So when you hear mba at the beginning of a word, this is authentic Kikuyu. When you hear the plain va, you're most likely hearing a borrowed word. The next letter is the letter cha or sha. Now in Kikuyu, the letter we pronounce in English as C always makes a cha sound, as in church, or sha. There is no hard K sound as in k, as in English, where we have words like cat, So whenever you see this letter, immediately think cha or sha, never go k. Then the next consonant is pronounced da. Again, it has an asterisk because it's either da or nda. Now, da doesn't also appear in original Kikuyu alone, especially at the beginning of a word. It occurs mainly in borrowed words when it is alone, the da sound. You most always find it as nda, nda, with a letter, a prenasalized sound in front of the da. So it will sound nda, The brief nasal letter N, if I can pronounce it in English, precedes the D, and so the sound becomes da. And like I've said, the plain da without the prenasalized, sound appears only in borrowed words such as Daudi. You can see it at the bottom of the table, Daudi for David, and this is borrowed again. So whenever you see it alone, know that that is a borrowed word, most certainly. Then the next letter is the letter ga, as in big, The ga in Kikuyu is always a hard g, like the g in big or go. It never softens to a ja sound, as it sometimes does in English words like giant, gentle, giraffe, and it's still the same letter, but in Kikuyu it never softens to that. It is always ga, and that's why we are saying Kikuyu is easier to learn, because there are no hidden, sounds. It's you say what you see, and this is constant. Always hard, always consistent. That is for the letter ga. Then the next letter is the letter ja. Ja, again asterisk. Like the previous two, the letter ja in native Kikuyu words is prenasalized. It appears as nja rather than a plain ja. The plain ja sound is found in borrowed words such as Jerusalem, that is Gikuyu now, and that is for Jerusalem. In everyday authentic Kikuyu speech, you will predominantly hear and use the nja form. The next letter is the letter ka. The next letter is the letter ma. The next one is the letter na. The next one, number 15, is the letter ra. The next one is the letter ta. The next one, number 19, is the letter wa. The next one is the letter ya. That is number 20. Then, like I said earlier, we have included two-letter consonant sounds, the double consonant. Earlier, there are also triple consonant sounds. But for those multiple consonant sounds, we will just use these two. We will keep these two as our guide on how the patterns work in the Gikuyu language. The first sound there, number 21, is nga, as in bingo, or nga, as in sing. So it can sound either. You'll find words sounding either way, either nga or nga. This is a two-letter sound. And the other one is nya. As in canyon. It's also another two-letter sound. And these two sounds, these two special sounds here, they are very common, and they begin some of the most common Kikuyu words, as like nyumba, that is for house, nyina for mother, nyama for meat. Now you have the complete sound system of Gikuyu at your fingertips now, and from this point forward, every new word you learn is simply a combination of these 20 plus, of course, the special combination sounds. Here is the Kikuyu alphabet again. The letters have been separated for you. Vowels separate and consonants separate. And we have gone through them. And now in the next lesson, we shall start creating Kikuyu syllables and simple words, because now we have known how the letters sound. It will be an easy lesson.